today to Acapulco, where demonstrators temporarily blocked roads leading to the city's airport. Over the weekend in Mexico City, an angry mob set fire to part of the National Palace.
Where the hell you going? Where you been? Who are you? Who your friends? Where they at? We need to know. The hell happened to personal? Everything's changed from yesterday. Lose your life online today. Sign up, give up your autograph. In return, they take your math. Give up your life, compute and click. Day to day, in this world we live. Things done change what people preach. Digitized, mark of the beast. Don't believe me, big brother, don't sleep. Fail to listen, you're just another sheep. Cameras on, and you're playing for keeps. Eyes open, take a seat, hear me up.
Listen up, yeah, we're running out of time. Look at the sign. Silent time. It's up to us, you see. We are the remedy. This is severity. It's up to us, yeah, you and me. Open your mind. Silent time. Love is the cure. This is priority. This one will change unless we all are contributing. Just look at the signs. Silent time.
Yeah, huge sinkholes, tornadoes, earthquakes all over the globe. Wildfires, dead fish in the stream. This is us, not a dream. Reality, we on the wrong path. We need to change or we won't last. Get the word out, show the man. Think of a plan, I know we can. Ice melting every week. This is bad. Scientists preach, politicians not worried at all. Playing games with us all. Stocks dropping, price rising, gas is high. Syria fighting, social networks spreading the news. People asking for help, have no clue. Economy's bad, money's worse. Huge debt, the future hurts. The kids look at the cell phones and all. Parents ain't buy it at the app store. Way things look, we doomed for sure. Unless we change or do some more. Go ahead, let's change the course. Rewrite a future. Come on.
Listen up, yeah, we're running out of time. Look at the signs. Silent time. It's up to us, you see. We are the remedy. This is severity. It's up to us, yeah, you and me. Open your mind. Silent time. Love is the cure. This is priority. This one will change unless we all are contributing. Just look at the signs. Silent time.
Yeah, yo, I ain't lying. You can see it. Go online if you don't believe it. Do your research, not just the news. What's happening ain't nothing new. It's been told for many years. It's in books, let's make this clear. We all know what lies ahead. We can change it now if we think ahead. Look around and change some things. Just see what's happening. Get involved or spread the word. Just put the future first. It begins by planting the seed. It starts with you or me. Trust me, you can truly see what the world can really be. We can make it, get it going. We can do it, live the moment. This is it, let's take the path. Let's change now into the past. Move forward, remain aware. Not today, but every year. Listen up here to the street. Keep love in your heart, hear me.
Listen up, yeah, we're running out of time. Look at the signs. Silent time. It's up to us, you see.
creatures is dropping dead.
For the second year on New Year's Eve, birds are falling from the sky in Beebe. A mystery in Beebe, Arkansas. Birds falling dead from the sky on New Year's Eve for the second year in a row. Wildlife officials say
No one knows how these dolphins died, but hundreds have been found on beaches in Chiclayo, Peru. At least 260 dolphins washed ashore across a roughly 60-mile stretch of beach. Officials aren't sure what happened to them. An event like this is particularly unusual because dolphins aren't normally found in these seas.
everywhere you look, you see the carcass of a dead turtle. Small turtles, large turtles, dozens of them, dead and scattered along the banks of Smith Lake. The birds just started falling from the sky.
This is really weird. Hundreds of birds literally just dropped from the sky and then landed on I-95, bringing traffic there to a halt.
But earlier today, a lot of confusion and concern when birds which were flying in the sky started to crash to the pavement.
There were hundreds of them. Never ever in my life have I seen anything crazy. Totally crazy.
Never seen that. I travel this all the time.
But I haven't heard of anything locally like that, ever.
Birds, fish, and all kinds of creatures dropping dead. Couldn't figure out what the hell happened.
Feast your eyes on this water. It's a tint that looks more like the blood
Turned a beautiful shade of red.
that runs through your body.
And what we're seeing is that these events continue one after another.
The ground is shaking in an unusual way.
A 6.3 magnitude earthquake has jolted southwest China's Sichuan province.
And China are reeling from the impact of strong earthquakes with magnitudes of more than 6 that hit on Saturday.
Thousands when the full extent of the damage is finally known. And as I mentioned earlier, Monday's earthquake in western China was the 25th significant earthquake this year. It's only May. In 2003, the USGS listed more than 70 significant earthquakes, more than the total number for the 70s, 80s, or the 90s.
U.S. relations with Russia seem to be getting frostier by the day, and in an unprecedented move, the Russian military says it now plans to send strategic bombers on regular patrol in America's backyard.
Russian bomber patrols over the Caribbean and Gulf of Mexico would be very significant, U.S. military officers say, something the Russians have never done before. The bombers and their refueling tankers could be tracked all the way across the Atlantic, leaving plenty of time to scramble interceptor jets.
The announcement from Moscow comes as NATO recently confirmed that interceptions of Russian warplanes in Europe have increased threefold this year.
A top NATO commander says Russian tanks and troops are moving into eastern Ukraine. The development comes after Russia announced new Air Force training exercises near United States borders.
Tony Abbott's threat to shirt front Vladimir Putin is escalating dramatically. 7 News can reveal a fleet of Russian warships is steaming towards Australia, a defiant show of force from the superpower.
This is a very significant and provocative development. My sources tell me these ships have arrived with no official notice from Moscow.
Russian warplanes or submarines have also been reportedly seen near the US, Canada, Australia, Japan, the UK and Sweden recently.
The relationship between Russia and the West has worsened to its worst since its most tense state since the Cold War.
Members of ISIS and the Al-Qaeda group have decided to join forces and stop fighting each other. They plan to team up.
Now, Al-Qaeda and Islamic State have reportedly agreed to join forces in Syria after their leaders met.
So in a 7-1 vote, the board agreed to remove from the calendar all references to religious holidays.
Well, it's often the subject of horror films, but there's actually a rapidly growing ministry in Oklahoma, exorcism.
Tulsa is one of 3 cities in the U.S. where Catholic priests meet to train to cast out demons.
In Orange County, a push to bring Satan into schools has leaders reconsidering district policy.
A satanic children's coloring book is creating controversy in Orlando, but if you read between the lines, the issue is a lot deeper than black and white.
And Jonathan, a reenactment of a satanic mass is scheduled to be held in the basement of this Harvard University building. And it has raised the question, is it education or a religious attack?
Well, here we are. Harvard University's Cultural Studies Club wants to invite you to spend a night with Satan. Tonight, they're holding a Black Mass reenactment. The Mass said to be an inversion of the traditional Catholic Mass that even uses a stolen consecrated piece of communion bread. This has the Catholic community in Boston very upset. So why would the university be okay with this happening right on their campus?
A group has unveiled designs for a 7-foot-tall statue of Satan that it wants at the Oklahoma State Capitol. The New York-based Satanic Temple says if Oklahoma can put a 10 Commandments statue on the Capitol grounds, they should be able to put their statue on the grounds as well. KOCO's Rob Hughes is live at the State House to show us what this statue looks like. Good morning, Rob.
Katie, good morning. And that statue they want put right next to the 10 Commandments here at the state capitol. And I want to show you what this is going to look like. Take a look here. It's a 7-foot-tall, goat-headed demon sitting on a throne with 2 children next to it. The group Satanic Temple says it's formally submitted its application, and they are moving forward with plans, even though a state commission's put a moratorium on new requests. The commission says it wants to wait until a lawsuit over the 10 Commandments monument is settled. And right now, the 10 Commandments monument is on display here at the state capitol. Reporting live at the Capitol, I'm Rob Hughes, KOCO 5 News.
He says a Dutch man had 2 wireless computer chips implanted in his body. He did it so he could store digital money and use chips for other purposes like program an alarm clock. Martin Wismeyer is an entrepreneur.
If I could convey a message to people, I guess it would be, pay attention. There are signs everywhere.
Well, now we have basically the shaking. God says, yet once more am I going to shake the heavens and the earth. And the shaking is going on in all realms. Even in the scripture, there's a scripture that says, shake yourselves. In other words, wake up. We're going to see class warfare. We're going to see the earthquakes, the volcanoes, the hurricanes, tsunamis, droughts, fires. It's going to come at us fast and furious. We're going to see judgment in all realms. In other words, wake up.
There are signs everywhere.